Here we have verse 11 of the 13th chapter of the Gospel of John. We're in the midst of the situation where Jesus has been washing the disciples' feet. Peter protested, of course, and we have the interaction in connection with that. And at the conclusion of it, Jesus says that even though Peter needs to have his feet washed, he doesn't need to have his whole body washed because he has been cleansed through the word of Christ. We comment on that in that verse, but then we have this little exception that John introduces here, because Jesus also said that they were clean, but not all of them, of course, an allusion to Judas, and that is explained by John here. We have eidē, this is from eido. It means literally to see, or I see, but it customarily means to see in the sense of knowing something, as is the case here. This is the third person singular pluperfect, active indicative. The pluperfect will typically incorporate the word had in an English translation, so he had known would be the idea. The postpositive gar, for he had known. Tone, the accusative, singular, masculine article, the, and then paradidonta. This is from paradidomi. It means to hand over, to give over. Customarily, it means something on the order of to hand over for judgment, or it can also mean to betray, and that's the sense of what's going on here. This is a present active participle. It's the masculine singular accusative. Going along with the article, it's going to be he had known. The betraying him, autone, is the masculine accusative singular pronoun, so the betraying him one be literally the way we'd render that, or the one who would betray him in more customary English. And then continuing, dia, preposition, takes the accusative here, which means on account of, so on account of tuto, this, the neuter, singular, accusative, demonstrative pronoun, on account of this, apen, he said, this is third person singular, aorist active indicative of lego, I say. So on account of this, he said, hoti, the conjunction, here it means that, he said that, uki, not a negation, pantes, this is really quoting the previous verse, not all, katharoi, esta, not all, cleansed, or clean, eston, from ami, I am, second person plural, present active indicative, you are not all clean, would be the idea. So the reason that Jesus made that little exceptional remark, not all of you, in the previous verse, as is restated here, is because, of course, Jesus himself had known the one that was going to be the betrayer, and that, of course, turns out to be Judas, as a subsequent narrative is going to make clear.